Oh, hey, what up, motherfuckers? Hey, Corey Holcomb 5150 show down here down at LA Live with my homegirl Darlene. And we about to get blackballed out the game again with another one of them edgy topics.
Well,
here we go.
You know, some things you just can't mess with, but...
I'm going there. What business does minorities have in the U.S. military? If you have an opinion on this, call in 877-2106-106. And let's hear about how you went over there and shot up babies. Corey Holcomb 5150 show. We are back. Corey Holcomb 5150 hour talking about the war and soldiers over there. The topic is, what business does minorities have in the U.S. military? And I say that because we sent a whole rainbow of soldiers over there, and the same people get rich.
You're right.
So I could never understand how someone who has intelligence can actually fight for the U.S. Army unless you're part of the people who getting rich.
You'd have to speak to some of them. You know what I'm saying? The soldiers, because everybody has different reasons why they joined. I know that my ex, right? He joined, but he only joined because he was a teenager and had a baby on the way, and that was the only guaranteed pretty decent money other than working at a fast food restaurant. Said, okay, well, I'm guaranteed money here.
That was for the dope game kicked in heavy. You just told his age.
You very funny. No, but when he came back out, there was nothing left for him, and he went right back into the game. They picked him up, ready to roll with the same street stuff. So it just guaranteed him some money and a safe place, and just to get out of the hood. But that was it.
Did he ever have to fight in any of the?
I forgot. He didn't fight, but I forgot which one he was in. What was that one? I forgot.
It don't matter.
Yeah, but no, he had to jump out of, and he had to jump out of planes.
You had to jump out of planes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they ain't got that in the hood. You can't jump out of planes, but.
But look, we got a guest.
Yeah, we got a guest. Let's bring him in right now.
All right. We have a friend of ours. His name is Rick Brizuela, right?
That is correct.
Brizuela. And, what's your position in the service?
Well, first of all, I'm currently in the military right now with the California National Guard. I'm a sergeant, stationed out of Fullerton. Everybody calls me Breeze, Sergeant Breeze, if you will.
And have you made a career out of this? Like, how long have you been in the service?
Don't ask me that question.
Uh-oh.
A minute. I've been in there for a while.
877-2106-106. I got a question for you. Have you ever had to go, I guess it's...
we call it real-world deployments.
What do you call it again?
Real-world deployments.
Real-world deployment. So have you ever been on a plane to go kill some motherfuckers you don't know?
Well... First of all, I want to say this. It's not the first time someone calls me a baby killer.
Okay.
Which he did earlier, Corey.
Which is what you got, what they do. They go over there and they, those are your orders.
The first time was the last time there was a Democrat in office, so it's only fitting that this happens now.
Right. A Democrat sent you over there. Okay.
Let me see.
Have you shot some motherfuckers? You know, that's what I'm asking. Have you?
One, you should never ask a soldier that question.
Oh, that's right. You still okay? You can't speak freely like that.
No, I still can't speak freely because in a couple of months I'll be out anyway, so it doesn't matter what I say here.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
And why are you going to be out?
My time's up. I've been in for, like I said, quite a long time, and it's time for me to get out now.
Oh,
So you've just re-upped
No.
about.
I re-upped quite a bit ago, but I've got screw it. In August I'll have 21 years in the service.
Oh, so you look young.
Thank you.
I thought you were just a dude who went to the mall and signed up. No, I'm saying in the hood, it's a lot of malls in the hood. They have places where you get signed up, but I don't see that in Beverly Hills.
And those recruiters, those aren't really, they don't serve, do they? They actually.
Yeah, they do.
Do they really?
One of my very good friend of mine, I'll call him Sandman. I can't say his real name because he's still a recruiter. Sandman is a very courageous individual. He got blown up more than once, and right now he's currently a recruiter with the California National Guard.
Because he can't no longer.
No, he still can. He just chooses to be in
that's
an
right, because they
office setting
do take you in, they still take you out to serve even if you've been pretty injured.
It's like any civilian job. You have a job. His job right now is recruiting, so that's what he does.
Why did you join?
Why did I join?
Yeah.
That's something I wanted to do when I was 4 years old.
You wanted to be in the Army?
Yes. I know it's kind of a
I'm
bad
scared
word
of
for
you.
you.
But what was the
No,
what was the mentality though? Like, what was the mentality? Was it really? I mean, at 4, you're not like, oh, I want to help America. Were you just like intrigued by the the guns and the action?
I'll say the following. I do solemnly swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of these United States from against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That's good game. That's good game right there. They got the soldiers. Good. That's glad. I mean, I'm not against necessarily. I can't say I have something against all the soldiers, but I do have something against their orders, the orders they were given, because a friend of mine emailed a picture back on his sidekick where the soldiers had invaded some village, and they showed pictures of the people dead, and I was like, so what? What's the big deal with that? What do you get a rush out of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now I don't think that's cool. Especially if you have been given orders
Let me
to
ask
go.
you a question. Do you get a rush out of talking on the mic and doing your job right now?
Yeah, get a big rush out of it. And I think that's normal. Whereas if somebody get a rush out of going shooting up villages of people they've never seen before because somebody who's rich told you to do it, that ain't cool.
It's not about who's rich. Okay?
Yes, it is. It's about rich. Trust me. When you walk out that door, you'll be reminded the situation you in.
Oh yeah, all the
Then,
yeah,
yes,
I can't
but
say
I
what
hear-
I want to. I can't really say that, but you're right. But the thing is, we don't care about the politics. We don't give a damn about the people who are what we call echelons above God. They're irrelevant to us. Even you sitting in this radio station is irrelevant to us.
Right.
The guy to the left and right of us is relevant. Everybody else, we don't care.
But that's the position you put yourself in. I
Yes,
can understand
you
if you
want
got
to.
drafted and somebody's got a gun to your head trying to make you kill somebody else. That's a different situation.
We wanted to be part of something bigger than just
The hood.
living.
Living?
Yeah.
I think it's just want to be, you just getting tired of being, in the situation you're in. So you take it out on people that, you
Look,
know what
when
I'm saying?
when I was 4 years old and I told my parents that I was going to go to the Army, they both looked at me like I was a crazy mofo. They really did. When my dad died at the age of 8, I hated the world, and I wanted to be a Marine because I thought the Marines were tough and rough and gung-ho guys. When I actually got to the point where I can make decisions and started making my own background investigations, if you will, about the different services, I found out that the Marine Corps would have been the very wrong thing for me to do. So I joined the Army paratrooper.
Oh, okay.
And that's what I did. That's what I did.
You know what? You're an interesting guest because you are committed to what you're saying, and I can't respect that. I just got to watch you when we fucking leave out of here.
Yeah, because the other guest you wanted to bring on, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have been that.
We got to take some calls. We just have to take
There
some
you
calls.
go, because they're going to be. Something.
Richard from Tampa. Richard,
Hey, Richard.
talk to us. Richard.
Hello? Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
You're
my
there.
brother.
You're on. What's up?
Hey, look here, man. My thing is with the military, for the people who do it, that work for you, go ahead and do your thing. But, I was always curious, like, why we always go fuck with goddamn countries who ain't really got nothing to go, come back with us at. You know what I'm saying? We won't go fuck with Russia. We ain't fucking with North Korea. We ain't fucking with China. Anybody who really got some shit to come back with us, we don't never go to war with them. So, all that tough guy shit, that shit just don't really add up to me,
Yeah. I agree with you 100%, Richard. He's got some really good points. I'll give you a chance to respond. I'm sorry. Go ahead. He's stuck.
We follow the orders of the individuals who are elected. We
Right.
are the only military in the world who actually, well, besides Britain to a point, and even Australia and Canada, who follow the civilian leadership. Okay? So we have to abide by their rules. Believe it or not, there are rules in the military, there are rules in war, and we have to follow those. And we cannot move against anybody without somebody in an elected position telling us we can go.
Thanks for that call,
Yeah.
Richard, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, but,
thank
I
you.
mean, we got to get into these calls. I'm sure people from the Army is going to call in also. We get a whole bunch of different calls. Big Ben from Kentucky. Big Ben, what's your take?
Man, I'm going to tell you like
Hey.
this. From first-hand experience, I was in the Navy. And man, a nigga ain't got no place in no motherfucking military, dude. None at all, man.
No, that's real talk. And why do you feel that way?
Did you finish?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I did my 4 years. I was stationed in Virginia. But, man, it's like, okay, I went in when I was 21. When I got there, dude, I had like 17-year-old kids trying to yell at me and tell me what to do. I'm like, dude, you did? I didn't come here right after high school. I stayed out in the world, had my first child. You did? Then I went in, but you got these kids telling you what to do, and it's like, oh, boy, you know what I'm saying? I'll slap squab at your mouth if you don't back up off of me, dude.
He went back hood on him.
Probably, you know, there were lots more than he was.
Now, thanks for the call, Big Ben. We got to get some more calls there, but yeah, that's another way to look at it. So there's a lot of people, you can be in the military and have someone like 18 years old outrank you, huh?
Unfortunately, yes, you can, because that's happened to me right now. I have individuals who are way, way younger than me, but because they outrank me and there's a structure, you have to listen to what they do, what they want you to do.
Get my lollipop.
Within reason.
Go get my candy.
Lawful orders and stuff of that nature.
Wow.
Damien out of Washington. Let's get it in. Damien, talk to me.
What's happening, man? How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right.
Hey, listen, man, I was a 12-year vet of the Army, and I'm going to tell you that the military is comprised mainly of minorities, about probably 60 to 70%, regardless of what you see on TV and movies.
What was that? I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said that the military is mainly comprised of minorities, regardless of what you see on TVs, movies, recruiting commercials, and what have you.
I believe that 100% because Caucasian males with a future would never fuck their time off in the goddamn Army going to shoot at motherfuckers. They the one calling in giving y'all the orders.
No, they're there too.
Well, you know,
they're alongside us.
They're the 18-year-olds with rank, right?
Yeah.
No.
So why is it that we don't see very many, you know, the higher ups that we see? We don't see a lot of men of color.
I'll give you one, Colin Powell.
Well, I know that. Hello, and he said that's what,
ass kisser extraordinaire who got the fuck out before they put all that bullshit on him.
For the record, he's not Uncle Tom.
But isn't that true though
okay.
too? But isn't that true though too that you don't see very many?
No, you do.
Really?
There was one back when I used to work for the division headquarters of 40th Infantry Division, General Gravitt. I used to drive.
So
I was driving him around.
So they can move up.
So yes, it is possible.
We have to take a break. I think this is a pretty good topic. We'll get right back in, and we'll have more questions for you, man, because we're trying to learn. I'm acting silly, but I'm trying to learn. Corey Holcomb, 5150 show. Corey Holcomb, man. I blew the mic out with that one. The Corey Holcomb 5150 show. We are talking shit about the Army. And all the minorities who are in the Army.
I didn't know that we were generalizing it. Is it the Army or just the services?
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine. All the people who go over there.
You forgot the Coast Guard.
And the Coast Guard. And we really could add the police in and all that shit. Everybody who fuck with people who can't fight back. I like the point that the dude made about the U.S. does not invade countries who have the means to fight them back. Because the man in North Korea has basically dared the U.S. to come over there with that bullshit.
What's your take on that, Rick?
That comes from, as I mentioned earlier, echelons above God. I have nothing to do with that. Nobody in the military has anything to do with that. Like I said, we don't go anywhere without the elected officials telling us to do so. The elected official, whomever it may be, doesn't tell us to go. We don't move.
But you have a heart, I'm sure, Rick. I mean, you know what I mean? It's
but once you're enlisted, what can you do? You definitely don't want to dishonorably discharge. Then you're screwed. See, they get you though, right, Rick?
Yeah, there are such things as lawful orders and those indirect orders. Those are the ones you have to follow. Now, there is such a thing as an unlawful order, and you are well within your rights not to follow that one.
Unlawful orders.
Unlawful orders. For example, if I was to tell you, kill Darlene, I'm giving you an unlawful order. Now, if she had a weapon and she was about to stab you or shoot you, and I say, kill her, that's a lawful order. Okay.
What about like if you, now, this is a real question. What about like you invade a village and none of them have weapons or anything like that, and they're like, stop, motherfucker, in the language they speak. Is that a lawful order?
How do we know that?
Well, you don't because you're over there invading their country.
You're
breaking into villages that have never invaded the U.S.
You're right,
and they get the worst of it.
Yeah, you're right.
Would that be considered an unlawful? And say you said, well,
obviously it's not an unlawful order because they go over there and they do it all the time.
Okay, if you go into the hood as you keep boasting, and there's we'll say 18th Street, just as an example, it's a pretty popular gang around here. You know that they're out there to kick some ass. Fair enough. Are you going to go into that neighborhood, and would you want to go inside a house to see if they have a gun in there that they can kill you with? Or would you just not go into that neighborhood at all?
Well, that question doesn't really make sense to me. Because the reason the U.S. Army, which is what we're talking about, the military, they're not over there breaking in those houses because the U.S. doesn't want them to break in those houses.
No, we do what's called a knock and ask.
A knock and ask?
Yeah.
What is that? Explain.
I'll show you. Can I come in?
Really? Well, everybody from the hood know when you hear that knock, there's some bullshit outside the door.
That same knock. Yeah.
F3. Oh shit! Put the weed out these motherfuckers.
Did you want to?
We have a knock and ask.
I'm sorry.
Well, look, we have it's a comment, right? Not a question from the audience, and it's from Wayne.
Hey, what's up, Corey? Panel. First of all, love the show. And what I want to comment on, man, is first of all, the whole military thing. This is just a bunch of bullies, if you ask me, straight up. Because personally, I'm not gonna go nowhere and fight no goofy ass silly war that ain't gonna end, for one. And then you're over there killing innocent people. Because I seen the pictures with little babies' heads blown off. Yeah. Mothers crying. And those are civilians. Those ain't no motherfuckers that had no guns.
Right.
And I think y'all brainwashed too, man, because when y'all come back all fucked up in the head, they ain't got shit for you when you get back. And that's just real shit. They don't care about it. You know what I'm saying? Only war I'm gonna fight in is if the shit come here. If it come here, go down here, I'm gonna protect me and my family. I ain't going nowhere for some motherfuckers I ain't never seen, and never did nothing to me.
It came here.
No.
It's called 9/11.
No. Well, hey, that was gangster shit from the higher ups anyway.
Thank you.
Mm. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
I don't think the average civilian is naive enough to believe that what happened in Iraq has anything to do with 9/11, and if it does have something to do with 9/11, it's something that was set up by the same people who keep jacking countries. Do you know how many countries the U.S. have invaded in the past 20 years? They can't justify it. They just jack people for their shit. And if you a soldier in the U.S. Army, you part of the bully system.
But at the same time, I want a service. Do you know what I'm saying? I want my service people.
But that has nothing to do.
At the same time,
that has nothing to do.
It's a catch-22. Where
it's not a catch-22. You have an army.
So you're saying you don't
put together to protect people, but the people who have been known throughout history to rob and jack people give the orders,
and we vote them in.
No, we don't.
Yes,
vote them
we
in.
do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, you do.
Here we go with that. Your vote counts, doesn't it?
But in other words, you don't. So you don't want an army.
Yeah.
You don't want a navy. You don't want that. There's got to be.
That's not what I said at all. I didn't say anything about not wanting an army or a navy.
No, but I'm saying, but look at all there's. So you're just saying basically you don't agree with the rules that they are given.
I didn't say anything about the rules necessarily.
So what is it exactly you don't agree with?
The people who are in power have abused this power since the beginning of time, as long as anybody can remember.
They're called your elected officials.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not the elected officials. That's what you're told. You're doing what somebody told you to do.
Yeah, the people who got elected.
No. The people. Have you ever met the people who got elected?
Yeah, he's on TV all the time. It's called Barack Obama.
Have you ever met him? Barack Obama hasn't told you to do anything. You did it
he's
because
like
you had
chief. So yes, he does.
No, you had nothing to do. You said it. Something went wrong in your childhood, so you wanted to be part of the jacking system. It worked for you. It worked for you to go.
No, because I also wanted to be a doctor.
Well, doctors help people.
So do I.
Well, that's to be debated.
I'm just saying, look,
Darlene, let me say this. How many people have you liberated? in the world.
What do you mean liberate?
Yeah, liberated.
What do you mean when you say liberate? Can
Yeah.
you explain that to me?
Recently, I was in Iraq, okay, and an individual came up to me and goes, why can I not go into this part? I go, because right here, from this point on, it's American territory. He goes, yes, but you're in my country. I go, yes, I am. He goes, so why can't I walk in there? Because this is American territory for right now. When we leave, it becomes Iraq again.
But that's
He goes, I don't understand. He goes, it's just like being under Saddam Hussein. I go, no, it's not. The difference between Saddam Hussein is that when we're gone, you can do whatever you want. Saddam Hussein was not going to leave.
Okay, you lost me right there. I ain't even gonna lie. That's insane. That answer you gave. You asked me about liberating people.
Yeah.
And you standing somewhere with a gun telling a countrymen that they can't walk in their country. What does that have to do with liberation?
When you look in history, Germany, Japan, all of Europe, South Korea, all those countries are liberated now. They're free. They have democracies. Why? Was it because of a DJ talking on a mic, or was it an American soldier doing the fighting to keep them free?
No, trust me, it wasn't an American soldier who did anything. American soldier is a pawn.
So the invasion of Normandy, the Pusan perimeter,
all orders,
all of that.
All orders that were given to you by people you don't even know.
People who were elected.
The people who give the orders wouldn't even speak to you. Trust me. They would look down at you. They were like, what is he doing here? I got to take some calls. We'll get back into this debate.
I'm sure we will.
Fab from California. Fab.
What's up, baby boy? Hello.
You got it, man. You got it.
It's 5150, man. You did a good show at the J Spot last week. Yeah,
no doubt. Thanks, man.
Yeah. For the record, let me say this. First of all, having experienced in the military, being in the Air Force, okay. But let me just talk about, because I see you emphasizing a lot about the Army. Actually, all these bad dudes, the Crips and the Bloods, they need to be in the military because they're killing individuals. Okay, babies, for nothing, innocent. You want to get in the club, do a drive-by. They need to be in the Army on the front lines and see what they'll do. Secondly, as far as discipline, okay, the military gives a discipline. I've done a lot of things in life, but one of the few regrets that I have is not staying affiliated with the military. I did 18 months, got full honorable, got my GI Bill, the whole 9 yards. Had I did 2 weekends, and stay with me, brother, the guy who was just talking about who's been in the military, 2 weekends a year, okay, you get full pension retirement. Okay, so I'm just saying, the military is, first of all, as far as protecting and defending our country, it's mandatory, it's necessary, because we need to protect our borders and protect our country. So that's a fact.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question. Let me ask you a question. You the dude who worked at the car lot, right?
No, brother. Financial.
Oh, you sell insurance, right? I'm sorry.
Real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
we Unite with Charlie D. Charlie D was up in there. Yeah, remember when you first came in town?
I know who you are now. So did the military help you in your career with real estate?
No. Before that, I'm going back when I was actually. Let me give you the backdrop on this. What happened the year I graduated high school? They no longer had student deferments, meaning the only way you were exempt to get out of the draft unless you were a doctor or if you were exempt, okay, some type of special exemption. So I'm in college. I get drafted into the Army, okay, because there was no election as far as, well, I don't want to go. If you don't sign up for the draft, you'll have to go into jail. So I said, you know what? I got a degree. I'm smart. Went to 3 schools, day, night, and reform. That's a joke, right? Then I said, well, if I got to go, which the President of the United States is the Commander-in-Chief.
Speed the story up, nigga.
Did it help you? In other words, you had no choice. You're saying that.
Hurry up, soldier.
Wait, you're saying that you had no choice, but did it help you? What's the deal?
With discipline, okay? As far as being disciplined and respecting orders, not necessarily respecting the person sitting in the chair, but respecting the chair. Yes, it did.
There it is. Well, thanks for your opinion, man. Thanks for your call. Steve from Wisconsin. We got to get somebody else in. Steven. Did I say it wrong?
Yeah, Steven. What's up?
Steven in Wisconsin.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Hey, I had a couple of things to say, man. You know, there's valid points on both sides. You know, I'm a veteran of 23 and a half years. I've done a lot of things. I've been a lot of places. I've been in 46 countries. There is a great deal to be said for all. The military men and women that are in there that are protecting this country and doing their best to do what they do. Hey, yeah, you know, we work for somebody that ends up getting a lot of money on the other end, but then again, so do you. You know, there's not one form. If you're not working for yourself, you're working for somebody else. So that's really neither here nor there. You know, as far as calling us all baby killers, that's just wrong. You know, I'm sorry.
Why do you say that's wrong? Have you ever invaded?
I say it's wrong because not all of us have done that. Yeah, there's been children that have been killed in wars. There's been children being killed in wars through the entire history of this world. When there's been a war, there's always been a child killed. Sorry about that. It happens. Is it desirable? No. Do we go out there hunting for babies just to shoot them? Hell no. You know, and for somebody to leave that impression on us is just plain egregious. You know, it's something that really doesn't happen there. You know, we don't go out hunting for babies and whatnot, man. That's just wrong. You know, if somebody ever had to shoot a child because maybe that child's running at you with some kind of little satchel bomb that they don't even know about,
the child probably has a gun saying, "Get away from my mom and them."
But the child has a gun saying, "Get away from the mom." Hey, you know, it is what it is, man. You can come up with all kinds of situations and whatnot, but the thing is, you know, you're sitting there confronted with that situation. The child's looking at you saying, "Get away from my mom," in the neighborhood. What you gonna do? You got a gun. The kid getting ready to shoot you. Are you gonna shoot the kid?
You got no business in Baghdad when you were born on 43rd and Roscoe somewhere. That's all I'm trying to say to you, brother. I mean, I appreciate. Thanks for the call, man, because we gotta get ready to take a break. People who are in the Army, it sounds like they make excuses for what they do, but I mean, you know, I'm listening to what everybody's saying, but I just can't understand. How are you born with nothing, taken from people that got nothing, given to the person who got everything? I don't understand.
No, see, you're hearing everybody, but you're not listening.
Oh, I'm listening. That's that military talk there. It don't work on me, brother. We gonna come right back. Corey Holcomb, 5150. Oh, fuck, I'm fucking up. Rick, what's up, man?
Scott Taylor, man. How y'all doing today?
Hello.
I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
Scott, so you
Fucking up now.
You joined the military.
Right.
And what did you do, your term or whatever?
I was in, I joined in 2003. I went 11 Bravo, like my man over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was in what's called the Stryker Brigade.
Stryker Brigade?
Yeah.
Yeah. That fuck people up?
Oh, man.
Yeah, so, Scott,
It's always about that with you, and about fucking people up.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what the Army is for, right? To fuck people up when they get out of line, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We train to kill people.
At least what I did.
You train to fuck people up.
No, we train to kill people.
Train to kill people.
That's what they say in basic training. As soon as you get there, 11 Bravo, you train to kill
Hey,
people.
let me ask you, what makes the grass grow green?
Oh, the blood.
That's right.
Hey, I'm not going to say that on the radio, though.
He said, I'm going to say it, motherfucker. He said, what makes the grass grow green? The blood. These motherfuckers are scary over here.
You just don't know, do you?
You gangbangers, they got shit on these motherfuckers.
Now they're a bunch of pussies.
They're a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, you know, I've never been one who agreed with gangbanging. I think it's pretty bad when you.
They're all queers anyway, so I don't care.
Oh, okay. Some of them be down here.
Yeah. Watch out. You walk out here.
He said so. He's standing on this shit. That's what I said at the beginning of the show. This motherfucker ain't bagging down. And I can always respect somebody who stand on what the fuck they talking about. You know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway, go ahead, Scott. You had something to say?
No.
No, I was going to ask you, do you feel good about your experience in the Army? Do you?
That's a tough question, man.
Yeah?
That's a real tough question.
Did you get anything good out of it from it?
No doubt, man. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about what I can accomplish. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Yeah, a lot about teamwork, a lot of positive things, but there's a lot of negative things that come with the job too. It's a lot of responsibilities that people don't understand, and a lot of things you got to carry back once you're back. And motherfuckers, yeah, I can say, motherfuckers be thinking that you get back and everything go back to normal, but that's not how it works.
I know, but I say that, Scott, because like me being around you, I think you are a really good person, but I see the cutoff switch in your eyes.
Oh, you think it came from that? No.
I really do believe it came from being in there. I've never seen you prey on anybody. You're not that kind of guy.
I don't do that.
But
man.
when people fuck with you,
I reserve the right. I reserve the right. Hey, man, but it's like this. Give respect. A lot of times it comes back to you. That's one thing I learned in the Army is always give respect. That's why I always call people sir. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm not in no more. Right. It's always about respect. And when it's given, man, it's a beautiful thing. But when it's not given, that's something different.
It is, man. And you gave me a rap CD when I first met you. Remember that?
My nigga, specialist.
Yeah. My man, he got some skills.
Hey, while we on the radio, can I shout out my website
Please,
real quick?
That's why we got you here.
Yo, I got this new website, man. My name is Scott Taylor, a.k.a. ST the Specialist, man. stspecialist.com. stspecialist.com. Please check it out. Support, you know what I'm saying? Foxhole represent.
When he talk about popping motherfuckers, he ain't bullshit. God damn it, Scott in this motherfucker. Anyway, no, thanks. We just wanted to.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
It's all good.
Good looking out.
Yeah, we needed your perspective. I got to take this call. How am I going to pronounce that? This person from Indiana, Mike. Mike from Indiana. Talk to me.
Yeah, man, you can't pronounce Mike the correct way. Hey,
look how it's spelled. Don't that look like Mish?
Yeah, that looks like.
Don't it?
Yeah, it was.
I thought your name was Mish.
It was the spelling, Mike. Go ahead. What's up?
No, how y'all doing tonight? I just got a couple comments for y'all, man. First of all, there was a guy who said that he wasn't going to go to Iraq because he wants to make sure that Obama is a U.S. citizen. I have a problem with that. I didn't understand that one. We are the bullies out here. We go to that country.
Somebody didn't want to go to Iraq because he wanted to make sure Obama was a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, he said he didn't want to go to Iraq because he didn't want to do his tour because he wanted to get Obama's birth certificate to prove that he was a United States citizen.
Yeah, you know.
I'm sorry.
And he was already enlisted before Obama.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And my second point is we are the biggest bullies out here. The reason why we went to Iraq is because we were trying to finish what Bush's father couldn't finish, and that's the reason why we went there, and that's my point on that. So I'll leave y'all with that. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
No, thanks for the call, Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
I agree. I mean, Bush was Saddam Hussein's running partner. He gave him the weapons to go take everybody else's shit. Then he took the shit from him.
And left a mess, right?
Lied and said it was weapons of mass destruction. Did you guys find any out there? Oh. Yeah. Thank you very much for that bullshit.
Actually, I'm not allowed to comment on
You're not allowed to
comment. Yeah, we saw it.
Right.
Yeah.
Trust me, if they had some weapons of mass destruction, it'll be all on the news where they'll be lifting it up. Look, we found a missile. Hold on, no, we're going to do this other call. Let's get this other call. Larry from Idaho. Let's get him in.
What's up, Larry? Okay.
He dropped. Okay, well, we're going to bring on my friend, who is one of my mentors in the game.
Hey, how you doing, Corey?
What's up? This is Brother Preacher Maltz up here.
Hey.
I'm sure he has a unique perspective on all this stuff we've been talking about. He doesn't use profanity like me. He got shit going for him. Go ahead.
I was listening to the brother, and I think it points out some of the issues that we're talking about. Just the terminology, echelon above God, which is kind of weird. What's above God? Okay, thanks.
The reason why we say that is because individuals make decisions that we don't.
I'm just looking at the terminology, echelon above God. I think a lot of times they come. I went to military school, and I remember they would come and recruit young kids, and it was interesting. They tell you, go out and see the world without really understanding what the world was. And the things that, they recruit kids, and they don't really have a historical imperative, understanding what war is. And it's like, I understand you started at 4. You had what you wanted, and this is no knock on the soldiers and the people that serve. But you have a quadrant, man, where just history has shown that the people that go into the Army, where are they coming from? They're coming from the young neighborhoods, the young kids who think they don't have opportunities, and, they're going to war. And the interesting thing, man, is you look throughout history, the corporations have used the military to impose will throughout the time. You talk about the war in Nicaragua. That was about Chiquita bananas. Banana trade.
They were fighting over bananas and shit? I didn't know
I'm
that.
just saying, go look at Bob Dole. Listen, Bob Dole issued an edict where they went into Nicaragua and they did all of this stuff, man, over bananas, Chiquita bananas. The company basically lobbied for the people to go in and have this war. if you're looking at, you served.
Currently.
We're just talking about historical imperative. Listen, after the first Gulf War,
First of all, you should know I'm from Central America. So.
Okay, cool. Well, this should apply then, right?
No, we're going.
Okay, thanks. But I'm saying, though, man, even with
Why
the first...
would it apply if you're from Central America? I don't understand that. You militant.
I mean, you grew up in Central America?
No, my parents did.
Okay, well, I mean, were they from Nicaragua?
No.
Well, then it doesn't apply, but then you should do your homework.
Actually, it does apply because of what's going on down there, what's happened down there in 1980s and stuff like that.
Right, but I'm making a point. I'm trying to give you some information. I'm trying to share.
I got to take this call. That's why I brought my man in who reads shit. That's right, motherfuckers. Y'all thought I wasn't prepared. I got a motherfucker who read up here with me. Y'all really did. I got a miniature Zoe up here with me. Goddamn. We got a call. JD from Texas. What's up, man?
What's going down?
Comment. What up, man?
First out, bro. Congratulate Corey Holcomb for doing your damn thing. And on the soldier, you know what I'm saying? Both the soldiers on the panel, man. Appreciate what y'all doing for the country. But then too, you know what I'm saying? I know throughout the whole madness that you're going through, I know at one point in time where y'all had a special ops or a special thing you had to do where like, man, this nigga tripping like a motherfucker.
Are you trying to say they had a mission that they had to accomplish that they knew was wrong?
Hell yeah. To where like, man, this is bullshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, he already admitted it. He said he stood there and stopped some guy who's from that country from being able to walk in parts of this country.
Forward operating base. I'm not going to who's not secure going inside my location that can kill somebody I know.
I can dig that, but that's Pop Warner right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about some major shit where a nigga lost a little, you know what I'm saying, a couple hours of sleep on him. You know what I'm saying? My old man fought in the Korean War. You know what I'm saying? And my T. Jones tried to make me, which is my mom's, join the military. But my old man, first thing he said, you pass that motherfucking test, I'm going to beat your ass before you get out of here.
Yeah, he ain't want you in the military.
Nah, he ain't want in the military because he was saying you lose all your rights.
Yeah,
and you lose an understanding of what's going on.
He went through the bullshit. I feel you. Thanks for the call, JD. We haven't even begun to talk about what they make you sign before you go off to war.
Right.
Which is some shit that I've done my research on this. And if you signed that shit that they told you to sign before you leave, that's got to make you feel.
What are you talking about?
What all would you give up when you leave for war?
What do we give up?
Yeah. I know, you become government property. He's acting like he don't know, but I know you know. You've been in the Army too long not to know.
About?
I'm going to take this call, and we'll get to that. Dre from Chicago.
What's good, my nigga? What's good, Foxo? Check it out, man. It's like this, man. Ain't no disrespect to the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? You know, you doing what you trained to do. You know, you doing what you was brainwashed to do since since conception, man. But the reality of it is, man, is you're nothing but a crash test dummy for the illuminated ones. You know what I'm saying? The Illuminati run you. The United States being taken over by England again. Presidents were never elected. They are chosen and picked. Okay? By the ones that you have no idea.
Like that's not true.
No? Yeah, it's true. It's been true for years, decades, eons, man. Our votes don't count. Our votes don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Okay, another thing. BP was not an accident. BP.
So leave the country.
How you gonna tell somebody black to leave the country and we built this country? You're talking out of ignorance now. You don't even know what you're talking about.
He said if it's true everything that he said, and he don't want to be here, so leave.
Listen, why are you gonna leave what you built? That makes you. Do you really understand what you're saying?
If he believes what he truly believes, that everything's picked. And
when we leave, where we supposed to go? Where we both go?
Don't be here. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, right. Nah, I think you need to go be with the people that you want to be up under, but they won't have you either. That's really the truth. The people who ask you kiss and fight for, they won't even let you eat in their kitchen.
Hold on a minute, Corey. Hold on.
Did you tell him that?
Okay, you're saying this, but let me ask you a question.
With a girl up there.
This is what, 2010, right? It's 2010. Tell me the purpose of an electoral college.
Oh, that motherfucker don't know about no motherfucking electoral college, man.
Have you ever been to an electoral college? Where's the electoral college? Where is it located? Do they have a basketball team? Something.
No.
Do they get financial aid? Tell us something.
That's politics.
It's scary to think that the soldiers have no information at all. They're just out there with a gun in their hand. There's no different than gangbangers. It's just you got a free flight to fight somewhere else and jack that shit. The stuff over here has already been taken over.
So
that's why they're allowed to operate the way they operate.
Back to our question, are you basically saying then that no minorities should sign up for it at all?
You have, if you are intelligent, it makes no sense for you to be fighting for people who've never given you what you were supposed to get. So
everybody in the military now is not intelligent?
Well, I'm not saying everybody's not intelligent, but you shouldn't talk that much. Listen, this is the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. We'll be right back. Corey Holcomb 5150 show. Man, we getting heated in here. It's not that type of environment. We're trying to be.
No, we all try to learn and you know, open our minds and hear what everybody has to say. But look, we do have is it a comment or a question? But it's from the audience. Couple of comments from Osea in the audience.
Hosea. My name is Hosea. Okay, this is for the, are you a recruiter, sir?
No.
Okay. If you and I were in formation and I punched you in your eye, now just to hear me, and I punched you in your eye, what would happen to me?
What's your rank?
Beg your pardon?
What's your rank?
It didn't matter what my rank is. Even if I was a private, even though I was a captain, but I was a private.
It doesn't matter. You'll be punished on the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
And what would that be called?
Article 15.
But why? Destruction of government property, right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay. You being not a person, but a military
Actually, it falls under
object.
assault and battery, but yeah.
But it's still, you're a military object. You're not a person at that point. Once you sign on that piece of paper, you are government property.
Yes.
That's okay. Now, talking about the disparity of the minorities, I went from enlisted to OCS. But I was a recruiter. But as a recruiter, they wouldn't I'm from the heart of D.C. They wouldn't send me to Maryland or Virginia to recruit. They sent me to the inner cities of D.C. to recruit. Mm-hmm. And why was that? Because most of the black young men don't have nowhere to go. So where are they supposed to do? At 17, the reason why I enlisted at the time that I enlisted it, because I left home at 17. At 17, I had no job to go to. I had no school to go to. I had no form of education. So the only thing I was able to do was go get in the military. And that's what saved my life. I'm not justifying the military. I'm justifying that the military did something for me at that time. But in the process of that, I found out what damage I'd done to my own children by being in the military. Now, you may not understand that, but I've been a single parent for 22 years. I would never dare tell my son to go get in the military. And I was a military brat on top of that. That's probably why I was able to sustain myself in the military and then get out and to survive. But in all honesty,
I got a question for you guys, about you guys being in the military. Why do you think you have to sign a contract to be in the military now?
That's so that when you do something wrong, your butt can't go nowhere. You can't get out. If like your job, you sign the contract to work here.
Right.
You can walk away when you want to. You might have to pay a little penalty here, there, some money or whatever the case is. But the military, you can't get out.
You can't.
You have to break. You have to break, like you said, get you a court martial and get out. Right. That's the only way you're gonna get out. You're not gonna walk away from it. Right. That's why Muhammad Ali did the time he did. He wouldn't sign the paperwork.
Well, I was just going to say, he didn't sign a contract.
No,
he was made.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now, I lived in Israel for a while. And the children in Israel, at 17, they have to go in the military for 2 years. So it's the same premise of the back in the 60s when it was mandatory to get in the military.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I just wanted to touch a couple of those things.
Oh, thanks for your perspective on shit, if that's the right way to say it. Perspective on shit. Can we CC that?
We got a call.
Oh, we got a call from a guy who's going to have a very interesting perspective on all of this. My man, Low Life. Low Life. Will you please enlighten us?
I think, man, y'all ain't talking about the real issue, man. You know, I appreciate the military and everything, but I think he really need to be telling y'all is how much pussy that uniform get him, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a homeboy that's in the military.
You are wrong.
And I don't understand the word he said.
The uniform gets you.
Yeah, especially when you in those third world countries. If you got a uniform on,
no comment.
No comment.
That's clean.
No comment.
A clean uniform will get you pussies in a lot of the countries. The U.S.
No, even a dirty one will.
Even a dirty one.
Yeah.
Wait, Low Life.
Speaking from experience.
Man, thanks for the call. Low Life always got something good to say. We need to. Low Life, you need to email us, man. You need to be part of the show. Kevin in Florida. Kevin, talk to us.
Yo, what's going on, people? Hey,
what's up, man?
Man, let me say this, man. You know, I know this is a comedy thing, but man, you know, this is kind of crazy, man, because I think it's really irresponsible and it's really disrespectful to the United States military because I think we as civilians, I did 10 years. I think, and you know, I know everybody can say, hey, you brainwashed, but I did learn you get as civilians only pieces of information. You know, it's shit called national security. You know, people say, oh, we went to Iraq, we invaded over there. You know what? Saddam Hussein take over them oil fields over there, and Corey Holcomb show won't be on the radio. You know, if they get control over the finances, all this little shit
oil
that
was
we
over
enjoy
there
in life, that shit won't be about. That shit won't happen. You know, I think we forget about the benefits we get from that. When you like my man Jack Nicklaus said.
What benefits do you get from it?
I get it.
Your
you know
gas
what
cheaper?
I get? 'Cause my kids, you know why? Because my kids are free. That's what I get from it. My kids can go be anything. Yes, they are. My kids can
show
be
you
any
your kids ain't
thing
free,
they want
but
to.
you will find something else to say.
Corey, you are killing people by saying this shit because you are making these. You know what you saying is wrong.
I unfreed the kids, huh?
But people, I'm saying my kids is free. Your kids is free. Can't you provide? Aren't you able to provide?
Just by you saying your kids is free, you fucking up.
Okay, let me tell you this. Take your ass.
Why is he fucking up by saying that?
No, go to Afghanistan. I'm just saying this. Go to Afghanistan and you tell me how you survive there. You go to fucking all these other third world countries where they don't have a choice. I mean, I know.
What service were you in, Kevin?
That's subjective. Yeah, that's totally subjective.
Kevin, what service were you in?
I was in the Navy. I was in the Navy.
And you joined when you were young? Why did you join?
I joined when I was 17 years old. Why did I join? I'm from
Because he wanted to be free.
I'm from the straight hood. So, like the man said before, it was either I wasn't going to college not because the military stopped me, because I was a fucking asshole. My mom and them didn't get in my ass, and I didn't get the grades. So you know what? It was either stay at home, get a bullshit job, or join the military. I chose to join the military, and that's another thing. This shit is voluntary. We haven't had a draft since Vietnam. Every kid that goes sign up.
My man, I got love for you, brother. We got to get ready to wrap this show up.
Thank you so much.
I'm not trying to cut you off and talking. I'm not like that. I normally let people talk, but we got to wrap it up, man. Thanks for your call.
Yeah.
That was a dumb motherfucker.
Shut up.
That motherfucker was talking about shit. I could go on so much shit he said, but I don't. Anyway, good luck with that. So, I guess we got to try to wrap this up and give a Hollywood ending to it since we down here in Hollywood.
Yes. What's your Hollywood ending?
I'm just saying, I'm not a person who is, like I said, we have an army, we have people in the Navy and all that, but a lot of the people who are in the Navy, if you listen to the reasons they said they joined, it lets you know how in trouble we are. That's just my point in rapping.
Right.
What you got to say?
No, I mean, you know what? To me, I don't know. I don't agree with everything. It's just one of those things where it's like, I feel we definitely need military. We need the services. But at the same time, like you said, look at all the different effed up rules. You know what I'm saying? That, like you said, they have no choice once they join to go ahead and fight these particular wars. They don't, once they join. But at the same time, I think we need some safety.
And in 20 seconds, I didn't want to just get off because we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Our time is almost up. Did you want to say anything? Because I mean, I got heated. I'm cool with you. I'm gonna buy you a drink after this.
I'm good. You good? What I'm going to say is, I am going to agree with the last caller. Unfortunately, civilians never get the whole story.
Yeah.
I've been in many situations where we had information, but because of where we were and what we were doing, I could never speak about it, and it sucks. But it's the truth, and I wish I could tell you everything I know.
I give you the benefit of the doubt of that. I'm sure we don't know everything. And I'm not saying that to be silly. I'm sure there's information civilians don't know. Hey, Moss, what you got to say in rapping?
I think the fact of it is, man, on both sides, it's always going to lack some type of perspective. And I think, there needs to be clarity. 20 years from now, we might find out what went on in Iraq. That's 20 years from now. And it doesn't help the present. So I'll leave it at that.
All right, so this is the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. I want to send a shout out to the same people who fucked up the ocean, who invade countries. This is Corey Holcomb. Y'all be cool. Peace out.
Peace.